We're with Coach Jay Thomas, whose team is coming off a loss to McNeese, a hard-fought loss, and now getting ready for a new opponent, so to speak. The Demons have played the Wildcats before, but it'll be the first time in conference play for Northwestern to play Abilene Christian. Coach, let's revisit Saturday night's game. The old phrase, tale of two halves, certainly true there. And fortunately for the Demons, you got better as the game went on. You learned a lot of lessons. Although the win didn't happen, I know a lot of good things did happen starting at halftime. Talk about it.
Well, we did, and it all goes back into how we prepped during the week, and we had a really good plan going into the game. Guys were really excited about playing the game. And you're playing a top 10 team, and McNeese is very well coached, talented football team. We just made too many mental errors in the early part of the game, and it spun away from us a little bit. And then, credit to our players, our coaches, getting some things taken care of at halftime. Came out and played football the way, I'm used to seeing us play football. And that's what we concerned ourselves with, playing the game, and not about some other things that go on inside the game. So, I was very pleased with that. And then, to come down to the end, down the stretch, and have an opportunity to, try to score and maybe put it into overtime. And but a lot of credit to our coaches and our kids for hanging in there. I mean, a lot of teams would have just packed it in at halftime, 35-3. But that's not the kind of guys we got, And I know what these young men are made of. I know what they want to get done and what they want to get accomplished. And we're trying. It's not a lack of not trying. I mean, we got a lot of fight in us, and we're going to need a lot of fight still left in us, obviously, to go down and, we're going to play a new opponent, and they're playing very well, and won a big ball game last weekend against UCA. So it's, it's going to be another typical Saturday afternoon in the Southland Conference.
Your team wins at Louisiana Tech and here against Sam Houston, and then Saturday night against McNeese, might be earning the reputation as a second-half team. That's really good news that you can do it. Mm-hmm. On the other hand, that you need to come back is not as good. So first question is, what about the first halves that has to get better for the Demons? Well,
it comes down to mistakes and penalties. That's what's hurt us in the last couple of ball games. And then, falling behind. Really at Central Arkansas, we had an early score. It just seems like in the kick coverage, they did a nice job. Returning the kicks, and we got better this weekend, at covering kicks, and so the penalties have hurt us the last couple of weeks in these big ball games. Southeastern too. When you go back and look at it, obviously there's a couple of those ball games that we could have very easily won, and we just can't fall into the trap and allow our emotions to take over our football play. We need to have that wisdom and understand what the game is. Don't get caught up in all that, and go out and play football. And that's what you saw us do the second half. Obviously we still want our guys to be ready to play. And this game is played with a lot of emotion, but it needs to be controlled emotions.
All right, second half performances though, as a coach, you really can't ask for more than a team to fight hard and compete and get better as the game goes on, and your team's done that.
Yes, and that's the thing, man. Our guys really have come out of the locker room, and here's the thing. Our guys learn to make the adjustments, and that's a sign that we're headed in the right direction. As a football program, and in year two, we've made so many strides. Just going back last year and looking at some of the tape, some old footage, we do that every week, versus opponents that we faced last year. And we've grown in so many areas. And we still have a long ways to go and a short time to get there. But it is very pleasing when you go back and you see how far we've come along, how competitive we've become. We're finishing ball games. We got the ability to come back. Our guys believe in that. Even 35-3, and for us to come back out in the second half, and the defense not to give up any points the second half, and Our offense to come out and execute and get the ball in the end zone and get a 2-point play. And, it was really amazing to watch, and it was fun to watch. Obviously, it's painful to lose, and we don't like to lose, So hopefully we'll learn our lesson. These lessons are getting really hard to swallow at this point in time. But, we like for us to move. We got to learn to move on. We got to learn to play with a target on us, when you beat a FBS school, everyone, they're going to look at you. You're going to get everyone's attention, and every Saturday you're going to get everyone's best game. So we got to be ready to play.
All right. You said yesterday that despite what a lot of folks would think, losing to McNeese and picking up your 5th loss of the year does not end postseason opportunities for the Demons. Talk about that.
Well, here's the thing. You get 24 teams in the playoff bracket, and our conference is so competitive this year, and you got 5 or 6 teams really battling it out, for those top 2 or 3 spots. And if we can go out and go 3-0 here in the last, 3 games, and then put it on the table, have the selection committee, have to tell us no. We finished 7-5 with a really tough schedule, across the board, and and obviously with a big win against a FBS school that hadn't lost but I think 2 games so far, and in Tech. So I think that would be under consideration in how many ranked teams we've played, along the way. So the opportunity is still there. Obviously, our back's against the wall. We slam pinned against the wall. And then we got to go on the road, and we got to play against a team that's very hot right now.
Let's talk about Abilene Christian. As you haven't played them before as a coach, and it's a team that certainly comes in with a great win at its back with having beaten UCA.
Yeah.
Talk about the Wildcats.
Well, I'll tell you what, obviously coached very, very well, and as all teams are that we play. And they really offensively, hard to pinpoint. A lot of personnel groups, a lot of formation, a lot of movement within the offense. I know they lost their starting quarterback, but the backup quarterback came in this weekend and did a fantastic job. And again, he can throw it, and he can run it. It seems like every weekend we get those kind of guys. So we got to defend 11. They make you defend 11. Very UCA looking from back, 5, 6, 7 years ago, under Coach Count when they ran this style of offense. A lot of different tricks, those type of things. So our defense is going to have to be well prepared, going into this game. Then defensively, everything starts with their D line. Very good, very talented, very mobile, linebackers that are very active, and then very sound on the back end. And then they're very solid in the kicking game. So it's been a pretty good move by them. They coming into the Southland Conference. They have tradition. Those kids, they know how to win. They know how to get it done. So it's proven. They've beaten a FBS school this year too, beaten Troy. And then, of course, it's a big win, versus UCA, and we know how good they are.
All right. Turnovers have been hard to come by. In fact, none of the last 2 games. In your 4 wins, you've had 17 turnovers and just 5 in the other 5 games. What's it take, and do you think there's a bunch of turnovers out there waiting to bounce your way?
Well, I hope so. Hopefully we'll make up for the last 2 weekends, and we get a few of those. Our kids are trying. The opportunities, actually, the ball has been on the ground a few times. We just hadn't been in the right spot to get them. Our guys are trying to get the ball out. But you got to give credit to our opponents too. They look at the stats too as well. They know we're ball hungry, and they've done a good job of really squeezing the ball up, protecting it. The passing game's been, either it's a safe pass or it's a deep pass on us. And not a lot of mid-range type passes, things that we were picking off, and robbing early, in the season. So everybody's getting a little stingy on us, so it makes it a little difficult, but we're still trying, and hopefully we can get a few this weekend. We'll see. We're going to have to knock a couple loose.
And Egan had a fabulous game, school record, 5th best in conference history, 7th best in state history, and third best this year in FCS with 238 receiving yards. Talk about that performance.
Unbelievable. You know, it's just fun to watch. You know, everybody gets to see it on Saturday. I get to watch it every day. You know, so and watch tape every night, practice tape, and watch Ed and watch our receivers make just fantastic plays. But yes, you know, that one-handed catch down there, you know, it's just right up there at the top of some of the things that he's done so far in his career here. You know, Ed's really become more polished at a wide receiver position. He's not the tallest guy out there, but the guy can jump, he can run, he can stop on a dime. You know, he can do so many different things. He's really matured, you know, on the field, off the field. So, you know, everything's just starting to come together for Ed. I'm so happy for him, too. And, you know, and it's making me look like a wise man moving him from defense to offense right now. So, you know, thank you, Ed. Appreciate it.
All right, going out to West Texas in the Plains. I know you have boots.
I do have boots, yeah.
You have a 10-gallon hat and boots on Saturday afternoon?
Nah, well, I'd like to have them, but I don't know if my back could hold up, you know, 3.5 hours standing up on cowboy boots. So look forward to making the trip. You know, it's always beautiful out there. I know we'll have to deal with some weather. It's just the forecast looks like you know, the wind's going to be blowing. It always is. Very similar to going out to San Marcos. You know, when we go out to play Texas State, the wind was always blowing out there. So, you know, it affects your kicking game. So we're going to have a good plan in place, you know, for that. And kind of got used to it 2 years ago up in Joplin, Missouri. It's very similar up there. The wind's constantly blowing every day. You know, it's coming off the plains. So, you know, it's can affect you, but you know, hopefully we'll get some wind this week, and you know, our punters and our kickers can get the opportunity to work into it. But I think we'll have a good plan for it. We've been in it before, and when you know, we just got to prepare.
All right, thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.